online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Ackles. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh man, I love that song. It also kind of makes sense because I'm in constant sorrow because I'm by myself today. But that's okay, because I'm here with you guys and I want to talk about this awesome episode because it's the mid-season finale and I can't believe I have to wait until January 20th until my new supernatural episode, which is what we're talking about here on AFTERBUZZ TV. I am your host, Alexis Torres. Welcome, guys. I can't believe that we are talking about it. Also, the reason why I picked this song was because it's from the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? So welcome. As you can see, I'm kind of not alone because I have my boys in front of me. I got the Impala. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to talk. Ready to do this. So we can just bring the music down. It's okay. Don't forget, guys, to go to all of our social media, Twitter, YouTube, especially if you're going to be on the live chat for AFTERBUZZ TV. Don't forget to go to iTunes, rate, and leave a comment. And then obviously go to SoundCloud, everywhere where you can find AFTERBUZZ TV, because that's where we're going to be. So let's really get into this episode, because holy crap, I have a lot of things to say about this freaking episode. So I loved it. Let me just get that out of the way now. And if you're wondering where the girls are at, both Katie and Lindsay are both going to be gone dealing with some stuff right now, so please send them your love and support. They can tell you what's going on if they would like to, but just send them your love, especially since the holidays are coming around. You can find Lindsay at Lindsay Wagner, and you can find Katie with 3 E's at Katie Campbell all over social media. So, talking about it, we open up the episode with a man and pretty much a whole group standing in front of I'm trying to think of a fountain. I think it looked like it was at a park, and it looks like he was preaching, because you know when you see like people who are sitting out there and probably trying to preach the Bible or something of that nature. And Amara is just kind of hanging out, and I love how she's like standing right next to the group, and she's kind of like doesn't know what's going on, but I think she's mostly listening to them, and she's just not appalled, but she's kind of intrigued and confuzzled about the fact of like their beliefs and that they think that they're speaking from God and everything. And I didn't realize that she was trying to just cause some sort of not commotion, but the fact that she's mostly doing the things that she does like a giant child by getting God's attention. So pretty much she decided to do God's way and smite all of these believers. And it hurt, because I was just like, these guys aren't doing anything. They're testing their fate, and they thought that she was God, and obviously that was the complete opposite. And she pretty much just electrocuted every single person, and I was just like, wow. But it's okay. So next after that we have Sam, this guy right over here. He pretty much is visioneering himself into the cage, and it looks like Lucifer is touching his cheek, and I'm like, okay, does that mean that maybe he's trying to help? Maybe not. And it also didn't seem like God would show that to him, so in my brain I was thinking, this doesn't seem right. So I don't know if anyone else felt the same way about that, because I don't know, that was just a gut feeling I had, that it didn't seem like God was telling him, to show him this vision. It felt like a very Lucifer type of vision, but we'll get to that a little bit later on in the episode. So he awakes and he's like, is that what you're trying to show me? Sorry, I'm also reading the chat where it says, John Joe, we need Chuck back. Guys, put anything you want in the chat, because obviously I'm by myself, so I would love, to hear what you guys have to say and stuff like that. And I love that Renji's like, she's trying to get his attention by breaking his toys. Yeah, like siblings do. So I really like that. But I love how Sam was like, is this what you wanted me to know? Is this what you're trying to tell me? And then, of course, burning bush. And I was just like, that's really cheesy. And again, that's why I was thinking, is that really God doing that? I feel like he wouldn't use that same thing twice, but maybe that's just me. I don't want to sit there and poke at that. It was just kind of it didn't seem like something he would do. I feel like there'd be something new involved, but that's just me being nitpicky. And of course, I love the next shot where it's Dean and Sam, and their faces are like in a fisheye kind of zoom, and he's sitting there, and they're just like, "No, I'm not having it. This isn't happening. We're not doing it. No." But I like that Sam said that, do you see any other way? I mean, Lucifer was actually there, and I was like, yeah, I didn't think about it that way. So I like that Dean has finally caved in. They call the big guy downstairs, Crowley, and Crowley had no idea that Amara was going to be that she was God's sister. So he's a little upset. I can tell he's a little burned at the fact that he didn't know that and he let that slip. But it's not a big deal. And I wanted to know what you guys thought about the whole thing, because we've all been talking about that there was going to be a team up. So I don't know if you guys were excited about it, or like, oh, you saw this coming, or we didn't need it. But I think it was really smart, and I loved that they decided to bring Rowena in this, which is what we were going to talk to when Ruth was here, but she's going to be here when the season comes back, I promise. We already talked about it. It's going to be amazing when she comes here on January 20th. So keep your eyes out for that. Oh, sorry, I was reading the chat. Apparently everyone loves Amara's cleavage. We can get to that because I have things to say about that later. But yes, Lucifer he's a smart guy. And I think that when we get into his plan and everything like that, I feel that it makes sense that Lucifer had kind of his hand in each cookie jar. I think that was very interesting. So, Crowley's trying to figure out if trying to get my thoughts together. So Crowley's trying to figure out how to get Sam into the cage without actually letting Lucifer out, because obviously they don't want Lucifer running around upstairs. And so that's where Rowena comes in. They give her the Book of the Damned. And while this is all going on, Amara goes to a church. And in my brain, I was thinking, okay, why would Amara be going to the church? What does she need to use that for? Obviously, she was mostly just trying to get her brother's attention and seeing if there was a different way to get a hold of him. And so she went into a church and she tries praying, because the priest told her that's the best way to contact God, is to pray. And so she tries it. It's not working. and the priest gives a really great speech of just how that's how faith works. And of course she's like, no, this is dumb. Like, this is all, about his ego and this and this and this. And he's like, no, this is why we're here. He is the light and he will get rid of the darkness, which I was like, oh, that was really adorable. And well, I knew as soon as he said that, I was like, yeah, she's not gonna like that speech. So when that all happens, apparently, Amara decides to kill every single person in the church, which sucks, because this is where I'm thinking, these people didn't do anything to you. I mean, technically every other soul that she's gotten as well also didn't do anything wrong, but at the same time, like, these guys are supposed to, they're not doing anything. They're just hanging out and doing their own thing, but she's just so angry at him for what he did that she's going to take it out on his creation, and obviously I'm not a fan of that. So Mommy Dearest, Rowena, back to them, she sees that the boys are there, to talk to her about finding a way into the cage without letting him out, and Dean goes to go check out the church while Sam and Rowena and everybody kind of try to figure out how to do it. And of course, Rowena, being the genius that she is, she figures it out. Which, again, I remember when Sam first decided to do this, when Lucifer had that smirk, I knew immediately that there was going to be something wrong, and I wasn't ready for it. So they go down through limbo, and of course Rowena's just like, this is not as as, like, not scenic, but the fact that it wasn't as cynical and just, like, dreb and everything, it wasn't that to her expectation, and it's just because we were in limbo, so it's not, it's a little bit more classy, as Crowley likes to put it. And I loved their interaction between the two of them, so I'm really glad that, they're not trying to, not trying to sit there and kill each other, but I like that they're working together. It's kind of nice to see. I don't know how you guys felt about it. Ghost in the chat, Ghost 8386 says hugs from Lucifer's creepy. I agree, and we'll get to that scene in a second. I do agree with John Joe. I wonder why Adam and Michael weren't in the cage. I'm not quite sure. maybe they're in a different cage. I don't know if there is 2 cages. I don't know. I mean, because I thought they were all in the same confinement, so I was very confused to see that it was just him in there. But I feel like Lucifer should be separated from Michael and Adam. That's my opinion. I don't think that's actually a thing. That's how I see it. So obviously, while Dean is at the church, while they're trying to figure out how to summon Lucifer into, this other cage, Dean has a very weird feeling like something's wrong. And oh, actually no, but before we get to that, I forgot that the angels, I think it was Daniel and a bunch of other angels were all in like some warehouse, and they were trying to figure out a plan to get to Amara because God's nowhere to be found. No one's talked to him. They need to know what's going on, and they feel like it's up to them, since their leader is gone, to be their own leaders and kill Amara. I don't know if anyone else thought this was a bad idea. I did. I was like, okay, guys, this is not the correct way to do this. I feel like the fact that she is God's sister, I feel like you guys might not have enough power to get there. But again, that's just me. I have no idea. I'm trying to read what this says here. John Joe says, wouldn't the leader of the archangels know about the darkness as much as Lucy, right? I don't know. I mean, I would assume yes, if he can feel it. Because they said that the cage was rattling. So I'm assuming that Adam and Michael probably felt it too, but I don't know if they can do anything about it because maybe it's not their place or something. I have no idea. Or maybe because they just never thought to find a way to reach out to Sam, which I thought was very interesting, because we'll get to that, to the whole cage damage kind of talk that we had. So trying to see where my notes are, but yeah, so Dean's having a strange feeling, and he feels the need to go to this park. Obviously Amara's there, and they kind of like teleport or whatever to this like a lake or something like that, and they're just talking, and he finds out why, how Amara feels about being banished, that she wasn't doing anything, and he just felt the need to banish her because she was testing his ego. And she feels hurt because he just ran around and told people about all this great things, and he wanted people to adore him and stuff. So I find it very interesting that a lot of, like, especially Supernatural, but in most series, that God is usually looked at as the bad guy. But I see it as Amara is just trying to turn people to show that God is a bad guy, because of the fact that she's just so scorned at the fact that God punished her for being a brat or whatever. It just seems like a sibling rivalry that probably went too far. But again, we don't know the complete gist because we haven't gotten God's side of the story yet. So I don't know what you guys think about that whole thing about Amara pretty much saying that God is an egotistical being and needs, like a fairy, he needs, applause to live, kind of thing. So I don't know. I think it's, I don't really, it doesn't bother me that much. I feel like it's a really cool twist, and I think it's different. Actually, our engineer Zach, if he's still in there, had I really liked what he said, where he thought that it was a different take, and it was a really cool thing, right, Zach? I don't know if you're in there. No? Okay. Well, anyway, so Rowena, I love that she was attracted to Lucifer. I don't know how you guys felt about this. That she was kind of like, he's such a I'm trying to think of what she said. I think an alpha, I believe. It's all good. No, sorry, I'm reading what the screen says. I was just talking about how you thought that the take on God kind of being the bad guy was interesting. You were mentioning it while we were watching it. I just wanted to get your full opinion about it.
Well, having watched shows like Dominion extensively, the role of God is it's a very one that can be taken in a number of different directions. So because it's this all-knowing, all-powerful being, what you do with it can be very interesting. I mean, you could go Old Testament God, where he's just always angry about something, or you go with the benevolent God who wants to heal everything, and go to the extremes of that. What does an all-knowing, all-powerful being want?
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you, and that's why I thought it was interesting, and I wanted you to talk about it, and just a little bit. So I really appreciate it. But what I was talking about earlier was I like that Rowena was super attracted to Lucifer because of his alpha dog or alpha kind of being, and I thought that was very interesting because, I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, the guy's an attractive man. I get it. But I love how she was, like, doting after, and I love how Crowley was like, "Mother, you're drooling." Like, get yourself together. It was really funny. But we can also talk about the fact that while that's all going on and Sam's trying to talk to Lucifer and, you know, tell him that the darkness is out, and it didn't seem that Lucifer was surprised at all at the fact that the darkness was out. He was kind of just like, "Oh no, really? Ah, God." And I was just like, big red flag, guys. Lucifer knows, and he doesn't care because he knows that this is his chance to get out and wreak havoc, you know? And or maybe he wants all the fun for himself. I have no idea. I just know that he obviously has his own plan, and I'm very intrigued to see what happens after. We obviously won't get to know immediately right after because we have a really cool Christmas episode that's coming up, which I'm very excited to see. But we'll get into that. So, sorry, I was reading my notes because I put it's lies. But yes, but God is obviously nowhere to be found. And this is where it's interesting, is because when we cut back to Amara and Dean, who are, you know, still talking, and she tries to apparently take his soul, she stopped because I knew that wasn't going to happen, and they kiss, and that's where that kiss from the preview came up, and and I was sitting there going, well, no, I don't like this. I do not ship Amara and Dean at all. Maybe I'm picky because I love Dean. He's my favorite. But at the same time, it just felt dirty and wrong. I didn't like it. And it's not because of her, because the actress is gorgeous. She looked amazing in that dress. Like, oh, everything about her, I was just like, yes. But not with Dean. Like, the characters themselves, like, it just didn't seem like they meshed together. And I love that Dean pushed her off and was like, "What are you doing?" And she talked about the bond and this, you know, and their whole future together. And of course, Dean wasn't having it. And of course, the angels show up at the perfect time to sit there. We're gonna take you out. And I hope everyone was on the same page as me, where I was sitting there going, this is not going to work. Hello? Not gonna work. And the fact of she pretty much took them out one by one and obliterated all of them. The worst one I didn't like was when, I couldn't remember which angel it was, but he took the weapon and just shoved it through his chin up. Like, that was ridiculous. And then of course she just like obliterated or combusted that one guy, and he was just dust after. I was just like, all right, well, she means business. But as soon as she did that, the clouds started to form, lightning started to strike, and she lets Dean disappear into a safe area. And finally, she's so excited that you know, she has her arms out and everything, and she's ascended up into heaven, and we don't know what happens after that. I thought that's where it was going to end, right there. So I was like, okay, that's it? That's how they end it? That we don't know what happened after Amara got taken up into heaven? What did you guys think about that? I want to know in the chat, because I know there's a little bit of a lag, so take your time. I also loved the actress going back a little bit to when she's like, where she's yelling in the church. I can't remember what she said off the top of my head, but she was pretty much screaming, you know, "Oh, show yourself," is when she did that, and that was a great scream into the church. It was awesome. But going back to the crazy part was when Sam tells Lucifer no, because Lucifer tries to make a deal and says, "Let me use you as a vessel, and we can conquer this together." I thought Sam was going to say yes, and I'm really glad he said no. But obviously that didn't work out, because all of a sudden the flames started to disappear around the cage. And it looks like Rowena doesn't care. Like, either she knew that this was going to happen or doesn't care that it's happening. Not quite sure. Obviously, Crowley's freaking out, and he's trying to run down to the stairs to get to where Sam is, and is like, what's happening? Why isn't the canter working? And Sam's in the cage with Lucifer, and they're roomies again. And he's like, "No, I'm okay." Oh, yes. Thank you, Ghost. I'm sorry. I just looked at the chat and I forgot about the fact that Dean tried to stab Amara. Sorry, guys. I know I'm going all over the place, but he tried to stab Amara, and the knife shattered. One, that is a beautiful knife. So I'm a little sad that the weapon just all of it, like, automatically was just like, no, no, it's gone now. But two, I thought that was really cool how it really shows that you cannot kill her with any type of weapon. There has to be a different way. But I liked, again, bringing it back to Sam, where he was trying to find a different way and it didn't work out for him. That now Sam is in the cage again. And pretty much, what did he say? I'm looking. Yeah, but when the darkness came, the cage was damaged and he was able to reach out through the cage to contact Sam and pretend like he was God trying to tell him what to do, when really he was just trying to get a hold of Sam so that he can have a vessel or put Sam back in the cage. Holy crap, that is just, I was so upset. Like, I wish you guys could have seen me while I was watching the episode. I was just like, son of a, like, I was so upset. But yeah, sorry, I don't think she ascended. I thought she was smited. I'd have no idea. It looked like there was some sort of lightning, but I don't think she's dead. That's what I'm saying, is I don't know if she ascended as a meaning like she was, like, you know, taken up in a graceful fashion. I'm just saying that I don't think God killed her. I don't think that's the end of Amara, is what I meant. But yes, I love how he is a creepy roommate, and he was like, settle in, buddy. Oh, also, upper bunk, lower bunk, or you want to share? And it was just like that, the extremely creepy vibe from Lucifer came out, and that's where it ends. That's where the episode just ends. We don't know. Dean's obviously back in the park, and he has no idea what's going on, and I'm assuming there's no cell reception in hell, so he can't get a hold of Sam. Crowley doesn't know what to do. Amara seems like Amara is gone, and Rowena is just kind of like, oh well. And that's where we pretty much leave the episode, and we literally don't come back until January 20th. That's gonna be nuts. And I love how we're not gonna just jump into the episode that we just watched. We were gonna have a Christmas episode, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but Crowley was holding one of the Sams that I'm holding here, and I thought that was really awesome. So I was like, so it's very interesting. But we can jump into predictions now, because obviously there's not much more to talk about the episode. So give yourself some time.
And now your AFTERBUZZ TV
Night show
predictions.
Give yourself some time to put some predictions in there. I was hoping that Lindsay was going to call in. I didn't know if she was or not, but if she does, that would be great. I think I can sit there and do that. Okay. All right. So we can go from there. So again, guys, please put your predictions. Please to make sure you tweet all of us. Again, Lindsay and Katie and myself. And obviously, if you're in the chat, show me what's going on, what you guys think. You think we're gonna see God, at all, or anything like that? We'll see. So, I think that that we might see God near the end of the season. Obviously, I don't think Amara's gone at all. I think that that we're gonna see her at some point, if not on Earth, at least wherever she was taken to. I don't know if she's gonna get out or whatever. I want to see what's gonna happen with Sam in the cage, if we're gonna get him out or anything. I do want to see bring back Yellow Eyes, nice ghost. I really, really hope they bring Michael and Adam back, or just bring everybody back. Like, I want to see what happens. There has to be a giant showdown at one point, at least, because I feel like we're due, and two, because the fact that this is a big deal. But I don't know what's going to happen now that the darkness is gone. I think it's mostly just trying to get Sam out of the cage and finding out where Amara went. I think that's where we're going to be. And of course, Rowena is probably just going to be wreaking her own chaos around the world on her own. I don't know if she's gonna. Do you guys think she's gonna take the Book of the Damned because now she knows where it is? Or I think she was holding it at one point. I don't know, but I mean, I don't think she can get out of hell without it. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, I don't. I wonder what you guys are thinking from what I'm seeing here in the chat. Again, Samuel Love, I agree with you. I don't know where Michael is. We were talking about earlier, if you were here earlier, that we thought that maybe Michael and Adam were in a different cage because we shouldn't put them together. I don't know. I agree that Lucifer is a creepy roommate. Yes, and I agree with Ghost here where it said God and Michael are the light and Amara and Lucifer are the dark. So do you guys think that Lucifer and Amara are going to team up? That's what I was thinking earlier, but I didn't know if that was going to pan out, because it doesn't look like Lucifer's getting out of the cage. It looks like he's staying in the cage. Just he now has a roommate again, which is keeping Sam away from hunting and trying to figure out the darkness and just letting the darkness roam free. I don't really know what his complete end game with that is, but it doesn't look like he's trying to get out. That's what I was trying to get to. I don't know, but Chili in the chat says, I wonder who the actor is going to be if they show God. Can it be Leslie Jordan? That'd be hilarious. I agree. Toma Valentine says, I wonder how Dean is going to react when he finds out Sam is still in the cage. I think I think Dean's going to be livid. Also, I feel like it's going to feel like it's his fault because he did ignore the call from Sam. So he's probably going to ask Crowley to go see him somehow, but then that means we'll have to ask Rowena to come back, or they have to find another way to get him out of the cage again and go through that whole system. So I think he's going to be upset and obviously more determined to find him. It's so crazy with Supernatural going on for 11 seasons now, how it's always going to be back and forth. Every single time it's going to be Dean's going to be trying to find a way to get Sam out of something. Sam's going to be finding a way to get Dean out of something. That's just the story. It's always going to be like that. But I wanted it to finally see something where it's a little different and see them kind of working together to get someone else out of a situation. But, again, I digress. Yes, I agree with Ghost here. It says timeout by God from Amara. God might, this is from Renji, God might reset Amara and have her as his daughter. I think that might be a little far-fetched, but I get that. Lean says, what I wonder is that Amara wanted to suck out Dean's soul but couldn't. I think she was going to, and then because they're bonded, I don't think she can, because it looked like she was trying, but it didn't look like she was as focused as she usually is when she tries to take someone's soul out. So I think because of the fact that they're bonded, that they can't, she physically can't do it. So instead she decided to kiss him instead. Apparently that's what happens when you try to suck someone's soul out. I don't know. So, but I mean, who wouldn't? It's Jensen Ackles. He's an attractive human being. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really want to know what you guys think. Obviously, is that Lindsay on the phone?
Hey, guys.
Hi. Guys, we have Lindsay on the phone.
Hi, everybody.
You're in perfect time because I just got to the end of the episode, so I need to know your thoughts. Tell me the things.
Oh, my goodness. First off, thank you guys so much for being so understanding about me not being there. I had a family emergency I had to get back to Wisconsin for. And Ruth and friends will be there come the New Year's, so I'm sure Alexis already told all you guys that. So thank you so much for being amazing, awesome fans. Holy cow.
Yeah.
First off.
Yeah.
Can I just start by saying that I love Mark Pellegrino, who plays Lucifer.
Yes.
He's
amazing.
He's just brilliant and incredible to watch, and how calculated he is. And have you guys talked about the fact that he's been giving Sam these visions the whole time yet?
Yeah, we just finished that.
I can't believe it. Do you really truly believe that?
Yeah. No. I was talking about it earlier, where I literally thought with the whole vision of Lucifer touching his face, it didn't seem like God would show that. I felt that was such a Lucifer oh, look at me, I love you kind of thing, that I was like, I don't know about these visions. These are getting a little weird. And then the burning bush thing, I was being nitpicking. I was like, he wouldn't use the same trick twice, right? God? No? Maybe?
That it was a total shock to me. I did not expect that. I expected it to be God. Would never have thought that it was going to be Lucifer.
I'm so sad.
So you guys, if you guys all thought that, then you guys are so far ahead of me, because I had no idea. I like Shruti. I just saw on Twitter that she had said she can't wait to see Dean, rip apart hell to save Sam. And I think he's definitely going to do that. I mean, in typical fashion, he called Dean and Dean couldn't answer because he's being held by Amara. Have you guys talked about Amara? Did she disappear?
Yeah.
Do we know what that was?
Somebody thought that I thought she was like taken, like God was like, I'm taking you out, and then someone thought that she was dying, like someone like he smited her there, and I was like, no, that doesn't seem right. I think Amara's coming back. I think that she was just taken somewhere else because God was just fed up with all of that. What do you think?
I feel like this was a summons to her, so I don't think that she's gone. I think they're bringing her up to heaven to battle it out. That's my thought on that. I don't think that she's gone. Yeah, all the angels saying they're going to smite her, and Dean calling it. Since I missed your impression of the kiss.
Oh gosh.
So awkward and so amazing. At the same time.
Yeah, did you like this kiss? Did you think it was I thought it was weird to watch on screen. I was like, I don't like this. I mean, she's gorgeous, but I don't like it.
She's so beautiful.
She's so
her cheekbones just like, get out of here. She's just gorgeous, but it was one of those things where I'm like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't be watching this. You know,
right?
Like when you see like your parents kissing or
you're
something,
like,
and you're like, okay, this is a little awkward. I shouldn't be watching this. This is weird.
So awkward.
That's what I felt like. It wasn't like a good feeling, but it was so like powerful.
Yeah, no, I just sat there and I was just like, you know, like when you're watching something, you're like, maybe I should fast forward because it's probably not going to be like, that's what I wanted to do. But everyone was watching this happen. So I was like, I'm just going to put the remote down. And I was just like uncomfortable the whole time. I don't know. I mean, I understand why Amara was like, I'm going to kiss him because Dean's, you know, Dean's your favorite. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I don't ship it. I don't ship it. How did you feel about her smiting those angels? Actually, everybody.
I mean, from the beginning, from the whole her electrocuting, sending the lightning bolts down to the people, and then in the church with the priest, I understand a little bit of why she's like, I'm calling out to God and I'm sending him a message that I'm going to keep killing things that you've created, and the people that are worshiping you and adoring you, I'm going to kill them so that you come down and we can fight this out. And I'm sorry, God is too powerful for that. He doesn't want to lose anyone, but he knows he's going to have people that will end up sacrificing their lives. And that's what the angels are saying. So I knew this whole time that he was like, you can do this, but you are essentially my plaything, and I'm going to handle you, and I will take care of you. Yeah. So when she smited the angels, and she did each of them 3 different ways.
Oh, so crazy.
I mean, it was really neat to see.
Yeah.
But it made me sad. But I knew that would be the final straw. That would be what would get her sent up to heaven to figure out and deal with her now. And it's going to be an epic battle. And I'm wondering if they're going to bring Sam and Dean and Castiel, even potentially Crowley or Rowena, up to heaven to help deal with this battle.
Yeah. Oh, God, that's going to be crazy.
Did you guys all love the return of Rowena?
Yeah, oh my God, she's amazing. I loved how did you love her being attracted to Lucifer and thinking that he's an alpha?
Yes, he's the alpha, yes!
And how she was like doting and kind of like wiggling her like hips and stuff as she's watching him. I was like, stop. I can't wait to talk to her about it when the show comes back in January.
Yeah. So great, and so great to see Crowley working with the boys, and the boys just kind of being like, hey, we do need to do this together. Like, we can put our differences aside temporarily, and let's all come back to this in a little bit.
So what are your predictions for when we come back?
Well, I actually watched the preview with my brother because I was like, what is on Cass's, what's branded into him? Did you guys figure that out yet?
No. That's what I was going to ask.
I thought I saw an am as an AM and in. So he's like, could it be something from Hellraiser, like Am I in Hell?
Oh, man, that'd be crazy. Huh.
So
I didn't even think about that.
He thought it was something like that. I have not seen Hellraiser, so I'm not quite sure.
I mean, I saw it a long time ago, so I don't remember.
But that would be an interesting juxtaposition for the series and for like Cass to be kind of thrust into it. Did you guys notice that Lucifer was Santa?
Oh my God, yeah. And I love that. Did you notice that Crowley was holding the same Sam pop figure that I have?
Yes! I got so sorry, I don't mean to yell. I got so excited when I saw that. It was the greatest thing ever. I was like, oh oh, Alexis Asset. I hope all the guys are there with her on set today. And then I saw your tweet.
Oh, no, I loved that. What is it? Crowley's in a onesie? Is that what was happening?
I mean, they are, and Rowena with her Rudolph nose.
Stop.
I mean, we're gonna get a really fun and I think another kind of quirky, light-hearted bit to the episode because it's so deep.
Yeah.
So I love the Christmas time and opening presents and kind of that stuff because it's going to be a rough episode in general, with the return of Billy as well and Dean and them having to strike some sort of deal. And I think they're going to be striking a deal about Sam.
Yes, I also agree. That was the one thing I was trying to figure out, if Dean was going to strike a deal with either Crowley or somebody to figure out a way to get in there, since technically Crowley did his job too well, I guess.
Yeah.
But did you think that Rowena was in on it because she wasn't like trying to stop Crowley from Lucifer kind of bringing Sam into the cage? Because she seemed kind of calm. I don't know if that was just me.
He kept asking what they were saying, and she just kind of kept blowing it off.
Okay.
But, I mean, that would be an awesome twist, that she and Lucifer somehow were working together, and she had been down there because she knew how to, like, open this pretend, like I'm doing air quotes right now. She knew how to open the cage by using the codex in the Book of the Damned. Do you think she really learned it that way, or do you think she already knew and she's already been down there with Lucifer, and this is just part of her plot to get rid of one of the Winchesters, so it's easier to break the brothers up?
Yeah, I completely agree, and I think that a lot of people are saying that there might be a team up, and I agree with Rowena and Lucifer.
A team up between Rowena and
I'm
Lucifer.
sorry. Well, no, not like. I think there's going to be a team up with Rowena and Lucifer, but the thing is, I don't think he's going to get out of the cage, is what I'm trying to figure out. Because they were trying to do light and dark.
I'm scared that Sam's in there. Can Sam get out, or is because he's in there with Lucifer now he's in?
I don't know. That's the problem. But also, a lot of people are trying to figure out where's Adam and Michael.
Yeah, we all knew Adam and Michael were in there. So where are they right now? I was really confused about that as well.
I think that they're in a separate cage because I don't think Crowley or God wanted to put them together. Or no, God didn't want to put them together. Excuse me.
Do you think that somehow Lucifer and the darkness, Amara, have worked together, and this is part of their plot against God?
I never thought of it that way. Yeah, maybe.
Because, I mean, he said when the darkness was released, it rattled the cage, and therefore all these fissures, and that's how he was able to get to Sam's thoughts. But do you think it was because of the darkness that he was able to get there, or do you think he always has access to it because Sam was in the cage with him for so long?
That's a really good prediction. I have no idea. I think that's a good thing to hold on to. Yeah, I don't know. Oh man, I'm so excited to find out what happens, because this kind of just turned all the tables for us. We didn't even think that Lucifer could have a hand in this cookie jar. I had no idea.
No, did I miss your predictions completely?
No, my prediction was just the fact that Dean obviously is going to use every arsenal that he can to get Sam out. I think Rowena is going to do something, whether she's going to try to talk to Lucifer or try to find a way to do her own thing. I don't think Lucifer's going to get out of the cage. I think he's going to just stay in there and torture poor Sam. And I think we're going to see Amara in heaven either captured or chained up or something. And we're gonna finally, hopefully, see God at one point during the season. That was all I said.
Do you think we get the help of Metatron in heaven?
Ooh, I don't know. Huh.
With Amara, there's something there that he can help with. I don't know. There's so many things that it could be. And in all honesty, they didn't give us, of course, they didn't give us too much. They left us on a great note. I was like, no, it doesn't end there. Where he's so like, upset. Hi, Rooney. Like, it doesn't end on Sam. No. I was like, wait, there's got to be a couple more minutes left. So they really just, didn't give us too many details aside from we know Lucifer's coming in as Santa. And then he's either going to be working, like you said, with Rowena.
Well, that's the only reason I said that was just because of the fact that in this Christmas episode, he's playing Santa and she's like there. So I don't know.
Mother Claus.
Yeah.
It's going to be fantastic. Whatever it is. When do we get the return? Was it January 16th? January 22nd?
20th.
20th.
Yeah,
right.
that's when we come back, and that's going to be crazy. I can't believe we're going to have a month without Without Supernatural. That makes me so sad.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's over a month. We have 5 weeks.
Yeah, but it's okay because
it's not fair.
you'll be back and Katie will be back. We'll be here and we'll have Rowena in studio and some other surprises as well, right?
And hopefully she'll have her 2 guests.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you guys so much for understanding and stuff. Katie and I could not be there, and I apologize. And Alexis, I'm so glad you're a little rock star doing the show.
Thanks.
There, so.
But guys, Lindsay, where can they follow you for anything while you're doing the holiday stuff?
Yeah, if you guys want to tweet me or Instagram or Facebook me, anything social media, you can find me at Lindsay Wegner. That's LYNDSEYWEGNER. I would love to talk to you guys for the next 2 weeks since we're going to be without Supernatural and hear how your holidays are and everything else. So please stay in touch till we see each other on January 20th.
Yes, and Lindsay, I love you, and I will talk to you after the show.
Love you. Thank you so much, Alexis.
Bye. Guys,
bye.
Thanks so much for hanging out here for the mid-season finale. We're going to see each other again after the holidays. Happy New Year, happy holidays, anything that you guys are doing. Definitely follow Katie Campbell with 3 E's. Send her your love. Don't forget to follow, again, Lindsay Wegner at Lindsay Wegner through with her love as well. And again, you can find me all over social media at atorres890. Guys, you're all amazing, wonderful human beings. Be nice to each other. Keep fighting, keep flying. Send me all of your guys' predictions. Don't forget to go to iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. The Twitter, Instagram, all of it where you can find where AfterBuzz TV is. Go ahead and put down what you think. Again, I can't wait to see you guys when the new year is here. And have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Mwah! Bye, guys!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
See you later!
Yay!
The views expressed herein are those of the host
Alexis.
only and do not necessarily reflect TV or its owners or principals.